This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and I have along with me my partner in crime.
Kelly, the eCom Mom Ward.
And this is the eCom Sellers podcast. We think we are recording, and we think that we are actually, it's happening. We've had all kinds of weird things going on. I don't know why there's an X in the middle of my name. Anyway, we had all kinds of technical issues. So Kelly and I have not seen you guys for about 4 weeks. We did it live in January, and we haven't seen each other for 4 weeks. So Kelly, if you want to share what's been going on with you, I'll tell you about the crazy stuff been going on with me. But if you want to share, if you don't want to share, don't share. So what you been up to?
Well, it's just my grandbaby. He was born, but it was just not his heart, and everything was just too much. And so he was here for 10 days before he went back to Jesus. So just need a little time for that, to recover and everything. But we're working through it. We know he's safe and healthy and up there in heaven. So
that is one of the hardest choices in the world, and the hardest things to deal with, and hardest things to happen to families, because you always think, when a child or a baby leaves us, that is, from a processing standpoint, one of the hardest things. Figured old people like me, it's not as much of a surprise, but when it's little ones, it's always a shock and a surprise. So our hearts go out to you and your family. I was praying for you. You already know I was praying for you because you and I prayed together. Yeah. But it's just it's a hard one. So you all out there, if you're watching, definitely send some love and send some prayers to Kelly's family, and as they continue to go through this journey. So are there other things that you've been up to, Miss Kelly?
No, just working on listing, and of course I do my Instacart and shipped and stuff, because you gotta have multiple streams of income going on.
You do.
So,
yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know, Renata likes to do the mystery shopping, and
mm-hmm. She still does it to this day.
Mm-hmm.
She still does it. So, because it brings her money. Oh my gosh. So Instacart treating you okay?
Well, usually at the beginning of the year, I think it tends to be a little bit slow because, everyone's trying to recover from Christmas. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But if it gets to be like there's going to be really bad weather days and stuff, those tend to be better. So.
Okay. Well, I know for us, all the crazy stuff we got going on, and we do have some weird weather. I think it's about to be cold later on this week for us. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how cold it's going to get for you, but it said that it was going to be in the low 20s for us here. Low 20s.
I think that's 30s for us.
Oh, anyway, I'm not looking forward to any of that. So I know that's coming this week. But for me, the last 4 weeks, I've been dealing with a lot. Nicholas turned 18. There's a bunch of stuff I had to do, and there's still more that I have to do for him. So there's a bunch of legal related stuff and just working through all of that. Have some health stuff going on. Not ready to talk about it, but if you guys want to send some prayers my way, I will receive all of them. Trust me. So I've had some sort of serious health related stuff going on. I do want to send out a shout out to Miss Hazel Gates. So if you all are watching, if you could just say a prayer for Miss Hazel. She just recently had some stuff going on with her as well. And so just send her some love, send her some prayers. Say hey to her on Facebook if you want to say hi, but definitely sending Hazel some love. So with that, I did want to tell you, I'm still doing eBay, still doing Mercari, still doing, I got, what am I items got flagged on Macari this week or last week.
Huh.
It was crazy. It was a game and it got flagged as a weapon. I was like, no. Did you even look at the picture? Like, do you even see what it is? It's not a weapon. It's not a weapon. So I was a little mad at Macari. They took my listing down and they wouldn't put it back up. Like, seriously, wouldn't put it back up. So I'm like, okay, that's stupid. I had 7 sales yesterday, day before yesterday. Everything is a blur. So we had some shipments to get out. Since the holidays, like, I get a couple a day or so, but 7 in a day, that's pretty good after the holidays, I will say, for me. And I'm sure there are people that get way more than that, but that was a lot for me. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, we're working on other listings. So working on revamping the Amazon. So doing okay. Frustrated with Amazon. We talked about Amazon before. Still very frustrated with Amazon. Amazon is not making it easy for you to continue to have a relationship with them. So with that, so Kelly and I come to you every week to talk about e-commerce news, tips, and more. And so we're going to share some e-commerce news, and then we're going to get into our tip. Our tip today is, now that it's 2025, now what? So that's what we're going to be talking about here in a second, after we talk about a little bit of e-commerce news. So Kelly, the floor is yours. If you got some news you want to share, let's talk about it.
Well, the post office, they're going to be expanding their non-standard fees back coming in July. So they're going to introduce 2 brand new types of fees. They're going to expand the surcharge on items like movie posters and golf clubs. I don't know how. I know there's lots of sellers I know that do sell golf clubs, because you can
Golf clubs make sense.
find, yeah, because they're skinny, but
yeah,
and don't weigh much, but they're really long. So
yeah,
they're going to add a fee called the non-standard fee, and also it's going to include, like, for things that are lengths greater than 22 inches, but less than equal to 30 inches. And then there's another one that's going to be for length greater than 30 inches and a cubic volume greater than 2 cubic feet.
So wrapping paper.
Yeah, wrapping paper, yeah.
Yeah, wrapping paper is going to be in there. Yeah. That's going to be one of them. So golf clubs, wrapping paper, posters, because, roll up posters and put them in those cylinder. They do have those, priority triangular, small, cardboard tubes, so you can ship tubes. So they do have those still in the post office. So that's
but a lot of people were trying to get using the Ground Advantage prices, because Ground Advantages can be way less than priority mail.
Yep.
So, and there was the 1-day suspension of stuff coming from China, I guess.
USPS, yes.
Yeah.
From USPS, yes. USPS from China. Oh my gosh. Whatever. All right.
Then eBay had their little update, and they are increasing fees again. Not much, just a tiny little bit. So just so you notice, and if you need to check your prices.
Yeah.
On stuff.
I forget who else.
They delayed that update on the different categorizations of how good your used clothes. If you're listing used clothes, you have to put, like, or is it in fair condition, good condition, excellent condition, that kind of such.
Mm.
That was supposed to be done February 4th was the update, but they're delaying it a little bit longer. I guess the back work doesn't all the way done in the background. So
Okay.
just so you know, if you
So
have, I know some sellers are like, I
info.
have thousands of clothes
Yep.
listed.
I have thousands, but I normally list them as a lot. So like I will sell like 8 pairs of boys jeans together and I'll just sell them as a lot. I always try to make sure that they're in good condition anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back and look at the listings and just make sure that that's right. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work if you sell
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And then I
Yes.
got,
Yeah. I think anything you already have listed, they're just going to default put as good condition. And then if it's something you have and it's like, well, I wore it one time, it doesn't, it still looks brand new. You can go and switch it for excellent.
all right. So there you go, guys. Yeah, I have a lot of clothes listings. I still have some clothes from Barbara, meaning, Barbara used to sell clothes. She used to sell them on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And I still have a whole cabinet of clothes that she never got listed because
Mm,
she used to do the thrifting as well. And so I still have all of those that I still got to work through, which is crazy.
yeah. And I tell you what, they quickly came out with commercial after the Super Bowl halftime
Hmm.
talking about the jeans he was wearing. And there's
Yeah.
a lady, she went digging in her box of old clothes to find out her jeans from the 1990s or whatever. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're like, when they made that commercial quick, or they knew what he was going to wear somehow.
Oh my God, the thrift stores right now. Because, a lot of people, you're getting close to spring cleaning. That's the other thing. Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But the thrift stores, there was a segment on with the Sherry Show, which I don't normally watch these shows because I don't have time. My day is busy. My day is insane. But they found a pair of those jeans, those flared jeans for $25. $25. And I think those jeans are clearly the ones that he wore are clearly much, 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 much more than that. But they look almost identical. I was like, yeah, why would you want to get some jeans that look like they've been already beaten up, worn, and worn down? I remember back in the day, our thing was blue, 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 blue jeans and a fresh crease, ironing them out with a fresh crease on them. But yeah, so that's not what they do today.
Well, I don't either. On my weight loss journey, I'm like, I'd rather just go and go get clothes at the thrift stores.
Yeah.
Because who knows if I'm only going to be in them for a couple, for a half a year, if that. Why spend a lot of money when I can wear them for a little bit, and then after a while, I can throw them up on eBay or Poshmark or whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. No, no, no. Stay up here. My son Nicholas is over here talking to me already. Tony, can you get Nicholas? I'm trying to record. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Stay up here, Nicholas. So Nicholas is doing his own thing. I love him. He's always doing something. Just so you know, just before we started, he started the washer and it was empty.
Oh.
He started the washer for the sake of starting the washer. That's the kind of stuff I got to deal with. I have to stop him from running water. I have to stop him from microwaving stuff. I have to stop him. So it's nuts. All right. Anyway. All right. So any other news?
I know there's some closing of Kohl's stores. There was a list put out there, but none were in Texas. They're mostly in California.
Well,
But
that sort of makes sense a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's another store, another store that's they're closing stores that are not performing to their standards, or
And JCPenney's is
For,
still closing some stores in
yeah.
malls. And normally JCPenney's is an anchor store. So if you
Hmm.
have the list of JCPenney's that are closing in your area, definitely take advantage of that. Some of that is going to be shifted to online. We already know that. And some of that is going to be shifted to other stores, but they will clearance some of that out so they don't have to ship as much. So,
Yeah.
there is a list out there of Kohl's and JCPenney stores that are closing. So be on the lookout for those.
Yeah. I, yeah, it's like I've had so many. There's this one shopping center we lost: Cons, 99-cent store, Big Lots, and Tuesday
Wow.
Morning,
Wow.
all in that one shopping center. But I have heard where the 99-cent store was, we're possibly getting the Ollies. So,
I mean, that'll be good.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
do like Ollie's. I like Ollie's. I feel like that's all we got left because all the stores that I would frequent are gone. So
I love the 99-cent store.
99-cent store was one of my favorites over the Dollar Tree. I tell people all the time, I picked the 99-cent store over the Dollar Tree. I feel
Oh,
like he
yeah.
started the microwave. Anyway, Tony, get your brother. All right. All right. Is there anything else?
mm, Mercari was doing a thing for Valentine's with no seller fees for us. So hopefully you've made some, sales on there during that time.
I hope you did. For sure. All right. So just make sure I got everything. Okay. All right. Anything else, Kelly?
No.
All right. So we're going to take a look at e-commerce bites. They probably don't have as many interesting things. Um, so let's take a look and see. I will say recently in our area, we have one of the oldest eBay sellers, Stephanie Inge, and she lives in our area. And she has been selling on eBay for years. And she recently had a meetup and I missed it. So I feel really bad. So my goal is to get to her next meetup. But she always shares a lot of golden tips. So if any of you have any local e-commerce meetups, I encourage you to go check them out because you can always get great tips and insights when you go to them. So anyway, so Amazon is saying that sellers can now submit deals for Amazon spring sale. Normally you would start submitting your stuff anyway for spring. I would always do 2 months like before the season. So what I mean by that is that I would submit things that I wanted to sell in the spring. I would submit that in the winter so that way it was already into Amazon, or either I create the listings and make sure they were ready. Anything for the summer, I create those listings for the spring. Anything for the fall, I would create those in the summer and get those listed or source it or whatever. And then anything for the winter, I would do that in the fall. So make sure that you've ordered your inventory, that you have the listings, you've optimized the listings, if you need to package up things in an Amazon warehouse, but say that they're accepting, or you can submit your deals for spring. So if you're ready, you got some spring deals you want to offer, and there's going to always be a Prime Day in the summer. It's typically around July. So if you're an advanced planner, this would be a great time to be thinking about what you might want to offer.
Easter's
USPS,
late this year.
yeah, Easter is late. Easter is late this year. It is April, sort of the middle of
April
April.
20th, I thought.
Yeah, April, the middle to the end of April. So USPS to shutter old Click and Ship app. I don't think I used it. Click and Ship. That doesn't sound like anything I would do. USPS.
I believe that's the retail rates.
Okay.
So if you wanted to ship from your house, but that's paying what you pay for, retail at the counter, not the discounted rates you get from like eBay and stuff.
All right. So Amazon is sending shoppers to brands' own websites from its shopping app. I mean, are you talking about within you get a branded page if you have a brand. So sending them directly to the website feels kind of weird. I'm going to have to read that article and get some more insight to that one. USPS to expand non-standard fees in July. So non-standard fees, 2 new brand types and fees going to be introduced in July. Um, and let's see. Amazon to automatically set seller handling capacity based on performance data. Amazon is doing a whole bunch of stuff with this AI, which is annoying sometimes. Um, so
Mhm.
we'll just go with that. Oh my gosh. All right. I actually worked on someone's site yesterday that's doing Amazon Done For You services. We had a long conversation, so I'll have to come back and talk about that. Maybe we'll have them on the podcast at some point. So Amazon sales grew 10% in the fourth quarter of 2024. That's good for them. Um, and maybe good for the sellers. It just depends, because if you didn't watch our last podcast, which was about 4 weeks ago, we talked about what Amazon is doing to sellers when it comes to refunds and getting your money back if they've lost your shipment. And it's not good. They're making it hard for you to be a seller. So eBay delayed affects sellers poised by update listings. Hold on, that's not. And I'm trying to think. Oh, what Kelly said before. USPS, this was only USPS, suspend shipping to China, but it was a 1 day. It was only a 1 day. Amazon Prime members saved hundreds on delivery in 2024. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know about that. So eBay winter seller updates include buyer details and higher fees, which Kelly mentioned that we do have higher fees. People with older devices lose access to eBay mobile app. So if you have an old device and you haven't been able to figure out why you can't get to it, it's probably because eBay has done something so that older devices can't get to it. And Amazon requires sellers to verify or re-verify their emergency contact. I didn't get a notification, so I guess my stuff was fine because we log in every day. So I never got that notification at the end of January. So that's eCommerce Bites. You can always check their news. So this one is Retail Dive, I believe. And I didn't see anything that immediately came to mind. Amazon's faster delivery, lower prices drive holiday sales boom. Opens. Okay, so Dick's Sporting Goods is opening their influencer program to the public, which is interesting. So Trump offers reciprocal tariffs on all countries. Here's the deal. If you haven't started to make the pivot to trying to find local suppliers, yes, your prices might be a little bit higher. You might want to see what's available to you. We do offer a U.S. wholesale supplier list and a made in the USA supplier list. You also have other countries where there are not tariffs in place, like India, Vietnam, Taiwan. So you can get inventory. If you've been getting your inventory from China, you might start investigating some of those other sources where you can get inventory. So just a heads up on that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that sort of stands out. We may come back and talk about this, what retailers can expect in 2025, but I think it's too soon to tell. All we know right now is that, there are some that are starting to feel the pinch of price increases because of the tariffs and the threats of tariffs. And so that's going to be interesting. So Best Buy is going to launch its third-party marketplace this summer. That is going to be interesting. So sellers can sell on those third-party marketplaces. That's going to be interesting to see how that works out. May have to tap into that if you have things that you can sell on Best Buy. I will tell you, Best Buy also, remember, Best Buy sells DVDs, but they also sell toys and gaming stuff. So if you don't want to sell some of the, laptops and, computers, desktop computers and phones and all the other stuff, just remember some of the other stuff that they sell. Okay, so this is digital e-commerce 360. So it says online sales show consumers pulled back in January. Absolutely. And they're going to continue to pull back in February and March. I don't know why you wouldn't think they would. They don't know what things are going to cost. So they're thinking, I might need to save my money if I'm going to have to pay $20 for some eggs. So,
Well, they might be looking for deals on clothes
yeah.
instead of
They might-
paying stuff, for full price. They might be more apt to go online to find some.
Stuff.
Maybe they need some new jeans, or are
Yeah.
willing to do the used clothes.
Yep. So I didn't see anything else that immediately jumped out for e-commerce related stuff. We may come back and talk about a couple of these things. But for the most part, we didn't have anything else significant. Then let me just see. This is payments. So payments, most payment processors, you can find out things in the e-commerce space about payment processors, how they are processing payments, what's happening with, traffic. You can get a lot of sales information. So um, taking flight to Amazon ebooks. So bookshop.org's CEO on taking the fight to Amazon with ebooks. So we might have another platform, bookshop.org. I've got to go check that out because if they're going to be selling ebooks, we sell ebooks. We may be able to put some stuff on that platform. That's interesting.
I
Okay. And
I
then,
list on Pango Books. Is a app.
yeah, I think we are on there. I think we have something listed there. And then Temu switches their supply chain game because of tariffs. Again, I think it's got to level out before we can have any type of effective conversation. I think prices are going to start to slowly creep up. You'll see an increase of 5 cents here, 10 cents there, a dollar here, a dollar there for different things. And we really probably won't know what any of this looks like significantly for at least another couple of weeks, if not another couple of months. So I knew it was going to have an impact on Shein and Temu, which of course are out of China. E-commerce merchants and the land down under turn to because of their fraud expertise. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. The tariffs are getting the most noise. So, but I am going to check out that bookshop.org. I do want to see what's up with that. And then the last one is e-commerce times. Okay. I hate it when they make you accept. I don't think anything, we know that I actually spent a lot of time today I spent 4 hours today working with somebody, teaching them different things on AI that they can do regarding their sales and listings and research and creating images. It was like a whole thing. I was like, I need to turn this into a course because it was a lot. It was a lot.
I do
Potential.
AI backgrounds. Like I will remove the background, and then I will say, I'll put into the AI generator for what kind of background I want, to go like, I know white used to be the thing. Now, to make it more pop, especially on eBay and such, I don't do white on some stuff
Yeah.
to make it pop out more. I do like, I listed a vintage windbreaker the other day, and I put it looked like a football field in the background, So
There you go. Again, we will have to do an exercise on that. And maybe as we talk about the tools for 2025, like we may test out some AI tools and use that as one of the things that we share with others. So
yeah, I
just
use Photo
putting that
Room
out
is
there.
the app I use.
Okay. All right. So that, the latest news is what Kelly and I were talking about is, she mentioned the price increase for USPS. It's a little bit of a price increase. The price increase, or well, for the weird things that are shaped differently. Then we have the price increase a little bit on eBay. I feel like there was another platform in the last 4 weeks that announced a price increase. We already talked about Macari before that. So we will come back and probably do a recap on those. Now I just want to get into, so we can wrap up 2025. It's here. It's been here. We're in the middle of February at this point, but it's been here. Now what? So let's talk about 2025 and what are we going to do now? So before we get too far into this, I do want to invite you to grab the replay of the 2025 eCom planning session. If you didn't get a chance to do that, if you didn't get a chance to review it, if you haven't figured out what your game plan is going to be for 2025, you can definitely go to swiy.co/replay 2025 plan. Again, swiy.co/replay 2025 plan. We went through a lot of great stuff. You can also scan the QR code. Went through a lot of great stuff on planning for 2025. So I want you to be successful. I want you to make the money that you want to make in your business. So definitely go check out the replay. Hopefully it will be something that can help you in your business and on your journey. So go check out the replay. Again, swiy.co/replay 2025 plan. All right. So the first thing I want to start, and I'll let Kelly do the next one, is what do you do now that we're into 2025? What are some of the things that you should do? Well, the first thing is you definitely need to reconcile and analyze your 2024 results. Not saying that you're going to get the same results in 2025. I think 2025 is definitely going to be a very unique year. It's going to be a very unique year because I think that there are going to be things that we didn't anticipate that will potentially impact your business that you didn't plan for. So you definitely have to have that flexibility to pivot, but having a little bit of information, a little bit of data about how you did in 2024, reconciling your balances, getting ready for taxes, all of that stuff, definitely do that because you can use that information. That doesn't mean, again, that you won't have to be flexible. Whatever you were planning on selling in 2025, there is a probability that you will probably still be able to sell it, but you may also have to offer some different things. You may have to source from different places. If you hadn't already begun to plan for that, that's something that you should be thinking about. You need to have contingency plans for what if I have challenges with sourcing? What if my pricing goes up? What if whatever? So whatever you were selling in 2024, you're probably going to be able to sell in 2025. It's whether or not you're still going to get the same amount of traffic. It's whether or not we go into a recession. It's whether or not prices are going to increase for sourcing it. But if you don't know the data, you won't know that the prices are higher. If you don't know your data, you won't know that you're paying more for whatever it happens to be, whether it's shipping or something else. Or you're paying additional fees. So definitely go reconcile 2024. Look at your numbers, look at your stats. How did you do in first quarter of 2024? What did you sell in first quarter 2024? And what were your hot ticket items so that you can sort of plan accordingly for 2025. If you didn't already plan for 2025. Same thing with second quarter 2024, third quarter, fourth quarter, so that you can put together a game plan, and you should have at least 2 game plans. So if I were in your shoes, I would be planning right now for second quarter 2025 right now. I would be looking at my data for second quarter 2025 from 2024, and I would be looking at that data from 2024 to plan my second quarter 2025 now. I would be looking for backup resources. I would be looking at the data on what sold, what was hot, what moved quickly, and maybe finding backup resources for it. Or this may be the year that you decide, because of everything that's happened or happening, that maybe you want to shift how you run your business. Again, I've met with a lot of people, even though you guys don't see me often, I've literally been meeting with a lot of different people about their business and what are some of the strategies that they can implement for 2025. A lot of people are at that place where they just don't want to handle inventory anymore. And so again, if you're in that place, if you want to schedule a coaching call, you can definitely do that. We can talk about it. Anything else you want to add to that, Kelly?
Just also analyze, you talked about taxes, there's also going to be some new tax rules coming up. So you need to familiar yourself with those and see if there's something that you need to change because of the new tax rules.
And maybe we'll talk about that in this next session. All right, there you go.
So reflect on last year. Don't sit there and don't regret any choices, because you can put yourself into like a paralysis there, and just stay, just use those mistakes or what happened as an opportunity to learn
Mm-hmm.
and figure out how to move forward. You know, I know, my Q4 last year was not the greatest because of things that were going on. So, but I'm not going to just sit there and woe is me about it. Just you know, keep on going forward, because sitting and just looking at what happened, and just sit there and feel bad, it's not going to help. But it's just going to slow down. It's going to slow me down if I just sit there and just reminisce and sit there and regret and not move forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm confident that there were probably some hurdles that each one individually experienced in 2024. Kelly definitely had some hurdles, and I had a couple here and there. But again, we're going into 2025. It's an opportunity to have a clean slate. Although, again, you might have to be flexible in 2025 because you may be doing something a little different. So either find that energy and excitement around doing e-commerce, so that you can continue to figure out creative ways to make money, um, and be prepared. Like Kelly still does Instacart. And she's like, that's another
Yep.
way to make some extra money. And she's probably, she's definitely writing off all her mileage. So that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
But, there may be some in between times where she may or may not see something at a thrift store or stopping into a thrift store. You're still part of that writing off of the taxes. So we probably should have that tax session next. But yeah, don't have regrets about 2024. All right. So visualize your 2025. If you haven't built your game plan, then you need to build your game plan. So definitely go back and listen to the replay. Again, we know this is the middle of February that you're listening to this now, but if you didn't get a chance to watch the replay, watch the replay so you can visualize what it is you want to accomplish, what you want to achieve, what you want your monthly goals to be, your quarterly goals to be, and visualize you achieving those goals so that you can stay focused and keep on track. I feel like, again, this is going to be a year that might be a lot of distractions for different people for different reasons. There's mass layoffs going on, and that's going to cause people to potentially spend differently. So what are you going to sell potentially to be able to adjust to the changing tide? So visualize what you want to accomplish, and then work on being creative on how to make sure that you're focused on those goals, those dreams that you have for your business for 2025. There may be things that you have to do differently in order to achieve what you want to achieve in 2025, but you definitely need to visualize where you want to be at the end of first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. What are the action steps you need to take to get there? Anything you want to add to that, Kelly?
No, you did pretty good.
All right.
So determine your needs. So figure out, trying to figure out how to say this. What are your things you need to do daily in your business? What do you need to do monthly? What do you need to do weekly? What are your needs, and figure out how to make sure that they get into your schedule, and so that you don't push them off, procrastinate. I'm big on procrastinating. I'm a big procrastinator. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, just make sure that you get the things that need to be done before you doing your wants and your you know other items. Get your
absolutely.
need get your needs done first.
The other
So,
thing I want to add to that is, we talked about, I know that we haven't had this session in a while, but talked about just sort of putting together a game plan of things that you need to put in place if this is what you're going to do long term. If something were to happen to you, having your entire business completely fold because you passed away, it's not always a desire. For some people, they're okay with that. Just let the business go. This was something that I did while I was alive and I'm okay with it. But if it's something that you want to live on beyond you, maybe 2025 is the year you want to establish a brand, or 2025 is the year that you want to, scale your business, get on another platform, expand into another method of e-commerce, then definitely pray about it, and then work on, again, going back to your goals, establishing your goals, visualizing where you want to be, what are the action steps you need to take to get there. But if there's anything that you feel like needs to be in place, if this is a business that you want to last forever, I hate that, I've been in this business since indirectly since 2008, but directly since 2014. And Kelly's been in it, a little longer than that, maybe 2013, 2012. But, if something were to happen to either one of us and we were just incapacitated or passed away, like, then everything that we've ever done, if it was making money, it was a cash cow, it was bringing in money, to have the entire business fold. And I literally, again, had my friend with $1 million business that as soon as she passed away, her entire business went away. All of it. All of it. And so, that is nuts to me. That is something that other people either couldn't see the value in, maybe she hadn't laid enough foundation, they didn't understand it, or she didn't have stuff in place to allow her business to continue go on beyond her. Maybe one day you want to be able to establish a brand and then be able to sell that brand. Maybe that's the thing you work on in 2025. Maybe that's where you put all your energy and hope. So we have to be prepared for change. So pray about it. Go ahead.
oh, nothing.
All right. So plan and prepare, ironically. Plan and prepare for change, because you're definitely going to have change in 2025. So put together your game plan, and you need to prepare for either your success, prepare for the things that you need to execute, prepare for the things you need to do. Whatever it is, whether it's in 2025, you're going to establish a brand. 2025, you're going to maybe do ebooks. 2025, you're going to, go into thrifting, because there's probably going to be a lot of inventory in thrifting space. Maybe you're going to take on liquidation in 2025. So figure out where you want to go with your business and what you want to do, and start putting together a game plan for it. All right. Anything you want to add to that, Kelly?
No.
No. All right.
So establish your realistic and relevant goals and targets. I think of SMART goals. They need to be specific, um,
Measurable.
measurable, with accurate time. And oh Lord, it's been a long time since
I know it's specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, realistic or
yeah,
relevant, and timely or time bound. Yeah, that's smart.
yes, yeah. So don't be if you like think I'm gonna be if I've never sold an item on Poshmark, say, don't be saying by the end of the month I want to have 1,000 items listed on Poshmark and sold. So you got to make sure that you're gonna make goals that you can do. I mean, unless you have an army of
People.
minions out there listing for you, you know,
Yeah.
there's
If your schedule is insane, and that's who I was
mhm,
meeting with today. I was meeting with a mom who has a son who plays football, basketball, and baseball, and she wanted to be able to sell her stuff on eBay. So I was like, we have to figure out, we have to build a realistic schedule for you. So because when you think you want to list and you want to sell, may not work out, because you are running kids to track practice, to this, to that. You're at games, you're picking up, you're whatever. I said, so you live your life in a car. I used to live my life in a car because I used to take my kids to therapy all the time. I said, you have to build a realistic schedule based on your current lifestyle. That's the only way you're going to be able to do any of this. And so I said, you have to create something that's realistic. If your realistic availability is only 1 hour to list, how many listings can you realistically create in 1 hour? So you have to think about it like that. How many things can you ship? So you need to set, maybe I only ship out 3 days a week. Okay, let's be realistic about it. So we literally on a big giant whiteboard, like drew stuff out so that she could actually have something she could achieve. And she's going to do a 90-day sprint on that schedule to see if it's going to work for her. And she has targets. So yeah, you got to build something that's realistic and relevant for where you are in your life right now, what's happening.
Yeah, because it's hard. You can't. You might. It'd be like almost. You see people try to start new diets and stuff, and they last a week and a half, and they're like, I can't do this. I can't. I don't have the time to be cooking all these special meals for myself and such. Because they're like they're all excited at the beginning. Everyone's excited beginning to work on their business, and then the newness wears off, and then you're like, I don't know. I don't think I have the energy to keep this up.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, so you got to create something that's realistic based on, told her available time. I said, the problem you have is you don't know what your available time is. So what is your realistic available time? And so we literally did a grid so we can find.
mhm.
I was like,
I
this
knew
is
people, they would have a white poster board in their car, so while their kids were at practice, they could sit there and take pictures.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff from my car for years,
Mm-hmm.
for years. All right, take massive action. The only way that any of this is going to work is that you have to make a decision. So once you've established your goals, realistic schedule, realistic plans, timeline, then you set yourself up for success. Now you have to take massive action. Can't be procrastinating, dragging your feet. If you have a vision for what you want to achieve in 2025, you have to take that massive action so that you can make progress towards that. Otherwise, it's never going to work. It's not going to work if you don't take action. And that was one of the things I told her 3 times today. I am helping you build this schedule. I'm helping you think through what your life looks like and what your days look like and how much time you really have available. Now, I can't do this for you. You have to do it for yourself. So you have to decide this is a priority. So every night before you go to bed, you need to write down what I'm going to do with this time block that I have available to me. If you say that you're going to if you say that you're going to work on eBay in this 1 hour or 2 hours, what exactly are you going to be doing on eBay? Are you going to be creating 10 listings, 5 listings? Are you going to check to see if you have any sales? Are you going to be packaging up shipments? You need to say what you're going to be doing in that time. Otherwise, that entire 2 hours could just go to nothing. So you need to say, what do I need to accomplish in this 2-hour window in order to make progress? So you do need to take massive action so that you can move your business forward and achieve your goals for 2025. Anything else, Kelly?
No.
All right.
So monitor and track. Need to see what your listing is getting traction to it. Is it selling? What's selling? So if you see there's certain things that are selling, maybe if you have more that you can list, or stuff like it, or stuff that can be used with it. So, and you have stuff that's not selling, do you need to discount it? Do you need to put it on a different site maybe? And then if something sells on one site, do you need to go to the other site? If you have it cross-listed, do you need to go take it down from other sites? So lots of other things to do in your business besides just making the listings and getting them up and such.
Absolutely. Monitor and track your results. Are you, if
Hmm.
you set a schedule, if you set a goal, are you reaching your goal? If you said you're going to list 5 things a day on the days in which you have 2 hours to work your business, did you get those 5 things listed? So monitor and track your results. And then, as Kelly said, monitor and see what's happening with the work that you put in. Are you getting, did something sell? Are you getting views? Do you need to tweak the title, tweak the description, change out the images? So there's so many AI tools now to help you to be a better seller. So take advantage of all those AI tools to help you to be a better seller. And then reassess your progress every month and every quarter. Again, monitor and track your results, and then reassess to see, are you making progress towards those goals? Again, the only caveat I have to this is I think 2025 is going to be the year of being flexible. You may have to pivot. Don't be frustrated if there are things that impact your business and some of it may be out of your control. You need to have a plan B for the things that you feel like might come up in 2025, depending on what platform you sell on, what are the products you sell, and where you source those products from. So if you're a person that's sourcing from China, you need to be implementing your plan B if you haven't already done so. If you're a person that sources locally, then you may or may not be fine. If you're already doing thrifting, you're probably going to be fine. You might have a windfall. If you're already doing liquidation, you might have a windfall. So you may not have to make any adjustments to your business. But if you're sourcing or you're manufacturing outside the US, especially in China, you may have to find another manufacturer. You may have to source from somewhere else. You may have to put together a different game plan so that, or otherwise you're going to have to be prepared to raise your prices and maybe have delays in your shipments arriving or getting here. Maybe you order a surplus. That's what a lot of companies have done in preparation for Trump's election. So several companies in November and December and also in January, they literally ordered surplus inventory that would hopefully get them through the first 6 months of his presidency. So we'll see if that pays off for them. After the 6 months is up, again, like I said, I think it may be a little too early to tell right now in February because there were so many companies that ordered 6 months worth of inventory. So I think the rubber will meet the road probably in July or August if there's a massive spike in prices because now the surplus inventory is gone. And then we'll see what life looks like at that point. So monitor and track your progress and see where you are, see if you're hitting your targets, and then be prepared to pivot. Okay.
Support. So, like it says, network, connect with other sellers. Um, there's so many Facebook groups out there for sellers and all sorts of different sellers. There's Facebook groups for eBay sellers, Poshmark, Mercari for. There's Reddit groups there. All sorts of there are YouTube videos and such that you can just see what other sellers are doing, how they dealing with the economy and what's going on. You can also schedule coaching with Nicole and join the academy, to learn some other ways to run your business.
Absolutely. We have some exciting things coming in the Academy. So you can definitely do all those, but try to connect. As I mentioned at the beginning of this session, I was like, I wanted to connect with the eBay sellers locally. And my intention in 2025 is to work to connect with more and more sellers out in the community so that we can all mastermind together and then I can, coach more people to be able to have success in their e-commerce business. So with that, if you do want to schedule a coaching session with me, you can go to swiy.co/free 20-minute men coach. Again, swiy.co/free 20 men, M-I-N, coach. And you can scan the QR code if you want to schedule a coaching session. Definitely an opportunity for you to talk to me about where you are in your business, what you want to put together for 2025, and what I can do to help you. So swiy.co/free 20 men coach. In addition to that, if you didn't get your 2025 planner, you can get your 2025 planner right now by going to myecomplanner.com. Again, you can go to myecomplanner.com to get your 2025 planner. And you can get a free e-commerce planner if you join the eCom Sellers Academy. So if you join the lifetime under eCom Sellers Academy, you'll get a free 2025 planner, absolutely free to you. So you don't have to, I don't know what happened there, a blank screen. That way, you get a free planner, which will help you stay on track and help you stay focused and help you to build out your goals for 2025. So join the Academy lifetime. If you join the lifetime, then you'll get a free 2025 planner. So we'll give you the physical and the PDF. You'll get both absolutely free. You can also join, if you didn't get the opportunity, we did offer the Plan 12 Months in 60 Minutes workshop. And so you'll gain access to our 12-month planner. The 12-month planner makes it easy for you to plan out your goals and your objectives for 2025. So you can go to SWIY/plan12N60. Again, SWIY.co/plan12N60. And that is planning 12 months in 60 minutes workshop. So SWIY.co/plan12N60. That gives you the opportunity to plan the next 12 months. All right, so don't forget about the replay for the 2025 e-commerce planning session. We give you the opportunity to just go listen to the replay absolutely free, SWIY.co/plan2025. Replay 2025 plan. Again, SWIY.co/replay 2025 plan. So you can check out the 2025 e-commerce planning session that we held in December, at the end of December. So you can get focused and get organized in your business. So I think that is it. Let me go back to here. Let me stop sharing. Let me see if I did that right. Okay. There we go.
Yay!
All right. So this has been the eCom Sellers podcast. My name is Nicole Whitlock.
I'm Kelly, the eCom Mom Ward.
And we do this every Tuesday at, I think it's going to be 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Haven't picked the time yet. I'm trying to find a time slot. But anyway, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So tune in again and share this information with a friend. We're looking forward to helping you in your e-commerce journey. And we're going to say goodbye for now.